Yes, it's MJ. Thanks for having us.
You're on TV right now.
Then you got your peas with the black eyes on them.
Is this thing on?
Tell me something, I want to know. How long did you know your wife before you proposed to her?
Oh, 3 years.
Did you ever have a day of regretting it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
A couple hours.
Make a call. I think we got someone for the Liars Club. Now, how you doing, my
Fine, you?
How did you meet him?
At the question mark. In a lounge. It was
a bar?
Right.
You're trying to clean this up, aren't you? In a bar?
Right.
Where exactly is MJ?
Hey, where's MJ?
Awesome, thank you.
He's on the bus right here. Thank you, everybody.
I could have said it was in my way.
Congressional reception was awesome. We were so excited with the number of members of Congress that we had, military VIP, celebrity guests. Everyone was awesome. Daniel Rodriguez's performance was amazing. James McPeachin's performance was amazing. And we know that this is just going to be just the beginning of a bigger and better festival that's going to happen for the rest of the weekend.
Ron Maxwell, the great Ron Maxwell.
Oh, this is moving pictures.
Yeah, say something about your world premiere tomorrow night.
Well, make sure you have lunch, take a nap, because in 5 hours it's going to be like watching The Ring of the Nibelungen.
It's a great honor.
Be back next year, bigger, better, year 3. So we'll see you all next year. Thank you.
I was just asked if we hope the film wins. And for us, the film has already won in the reaction that the veterans are giving it. People are opening their hearts because they see the film. They start to tell their stories. What we need to do is we need to welcome these veterans home. We need to honor their service. We need to get them to tell their stories, and we need to bear the burden of the story with them. If a film can open them up and get them to tell the story, we've already won.
Also, the other thing too is we want to, you know, hopefully create an awareness with the community at large, because two things veterans need are especially community and in many cases spirituality. But there's something about the invitation that does not come from the greater community to share the burden with them, and we feel that's just as important as anything else.
And what we would like to do with the film, it's become a tool for healing. We'd like to be with the film when it's shown to veterans, encourage the veterans to share and tell their story. And welcome home.
The other thing too is that, like, a lot of the reactions that we're talking about are guys and some women who have spoken, who've said that because it's a quiet film, the responses have been, generally speaking, a lot of the guys and some of the women who have seen it have said, I'm really glad you made the movie the way you did, because it really helped me think about my own story. And that's the supreme compliment for us, I feel.
And there was one guy who looked at the film and he said to himself, my son's in Iraq. I've never written him a letter. And he sat down and wrote a letter.
Yeah.
It means something.
Because the letter writing thing and the communication that I think our film speaks about is a real one. It's not just it's in the form of entertainment, but it's also something that a lot of us need to be more aware of in terms of staying in touch and communicating with, especially with the kids going over there. It's like we can't let them forget that they're not forgotten for a second.
Do you know what soldier's heart means? You do. In the Civil War, soldier's heart. Battle fatigue, shell shock, PTSD. It's a great name.
During the Civil War, during and after the Civil War, the vernacular at that time for soldiers who were stressed from combat and battle was soldier's heart. And that's the name of our film.
I think the weekend was successful for the reason that we built this as a platform for filmmakers to find an audience on films that are focused on servicemen's successes and service. And you know, we had 25 new filmmakers, 7 world premieres. Audience response was terrific. Some guys are here talking about distribution deals, so to me it's a huge success. This thing's going to be built on not celebrities, but on filmmakers. And so in the second year we've got, you know, and we had a lot of young filmmakers show up. So I think next year is, you know, we're going to hopefully even expand it, even make our second venue so we get more filmmakers here and hopefully double the number of films that we can show. So huge success. Great audiences, and it's all filmmaker driven. So come next year.
Once you win this award and many others, then what happens?
We've got a couple of events coming up. We're going to screen at West Point on June 4th for some of the faculty. So if they like the film, they're going to put it in the curriculum next year, which is very exciting. We're going to screen on June 12th in Decatur, Illinois. It's going to be the Midwest premiere. Gary Sinise is going to come into town and present it. We've got a couple corporations to sponsor the costs, and we're going to sell tickets and raise money for a couple veterans causes. And then after that, what we're working on right now is putting together distribution into theaters, into mainstream theaters around military bases and AFEs as well, but even just like the Regal 16 outside of Camp Pendleton, the Carmike Cinema outside Fort Bragg, the one that's on base at Columbus, Georgia. You know, take it to the home of the infantry, the home of the airborne, the home of the Marines, and some places that have big veteran populations, and bring it to the military families and the war fighters first, and then use the support from that to then go wider.
And how do you think that'll be received by the military that you're approaching, sharing your story?
I think it'll be received very, very well. We've had a chance to do screenings from LA to Baghdad, and have had a chance to, you know, there's really 3 groups I would say that that everybody kind of falls into. There's the folks who are currently overseas or have served recently. There's the family members or someone who's immediately as a friend or a family member that's overseas that they care about on a daily basis while they're gone. And then there's folks who don't necessarily have a dog in the fight but are very interested and want to know more about the war in Iraq. Each one of those groups has really responded strongly to the film. When we were in Iraq, we had a chance to have some of the guys from the Kentucky National Guard watch the film, and they told, I didn't know how they were going to take it being deployed, and it was very amazing for me to hear from them. They felt like I captured camaraderie and what they go through on a daily basis. And the thing that we heard more than anything else was, I can't wait for my wife to see this. And when we've had a chance to have some of the wives see it, they say that it gives them a lot of comfort because they get a chance to actually see what their loved ones are doing overseas. And then the folks who maybe are not as aware of the military, are not as intimately connected as I am with 2 brothers in the military, they have been amazed at the level of dedication, sacrifice, intelligence, and character of our members of our armed services. So, you know, mission accomplished on that, right?
Right.